So you will have your play button, pause button. You have vinyl speed adjust. You can have the shortest one, or maybe like that, or maybe longer. After, you will have your cue button. So the cue button is a point directly on the track. You can record this point, for example, or maybe, for example, this point. So you can record where you want. After, you will have track search and search. Usually with search you have to turn the jog, but here you will see it's pretty fast on the screen, so you don't need to touch the platter at all. You can browse your track like that. You can navigate the next track, etc. Let's talk about the reverse and the slip reverse. So reverse will be hold like that, and slip reverse just toggle like that. And you see the music still play underneath, so you can jump directly on your feet when you release the reverse. We are jumping about all these functions we will see after. Sleep mode, quantize mode. Like I show you in the beginning of the video, you can see different tips about sleep mode, quantize. The main thing is sleep mode allow you to make manipulations and the track still play underneath. So if you need more information about sleep mode or quantize, you can see the link directly on the beginning of the video. So basically, when you make, for example, a break like that, or a backspin, for example, like that, you go in the past of the track. But with sleep mode, you see, you can make what you want and the track still play underneath. After, quantize allow you to match every point, every cue point, every odd cue, every loop directly on the grid of the track. Like I said, you can also watch my video about this in the link with all the tips. And now let's talk about the jog. So the jog in the Pioneer history, it's a, how can I say, it's a big piece, it's a big folder, you know, it's a big situation. According to me, you can give to me a CDJ 400, XDG, RX, something like that, and I will mix with pleasure, with good sensation. It's okay for me. For some people, they need a jog of a CDJ-3000 and nothing else. But I never noticed a big surprise between two jogs, between maybe CDJ-1000, CDJ-2000. But this time on the CDJ-3000, it's a breakthrough for me. It's a breakthrough. It's a new sensation. The manipulation is very different than CDJ-2000 Nexus 2. And I can't tell you in this video how it feels, but you can listen to it like that. So you see the big difference on the sound, etc. So I think it's a huge step between those two players. And of course, with this jog, you can have bending on the choral, so deceleration, acceleration on the platter when you are on CDJ mode, and if you are on vinyl mode, you can have deceleration, acceleration, so bending on the choral, but you still have the scratch on the platter. And the platter it's more accurate, you know, when you touch it. So it's a good point. And you have all information inside. You can have your picture on it. You can have vinyl here. You can have sleep mode. You can have sync or not sync if it's the master or not. But I don't have the other player here. So the platter, the jog is much better for me. And you see, I put those two units to see the difference. You have lot of difference. You have, like we saw in the browse part, you have the playlist button directly here. You have a lot of things. You have USB is directly it's not on the, you see, it's on the screen. After you have all the things here, a lot of difference. Haute Q or not here. You have the 8 haute Q here and not 4 and 4. Lot of little, you have beat jump, you see. So you can compare the difference, the screen, etc. between those two players. And now let's talk about the pitch. It comes with different value. You can arrange it with minus or plus 6%, 10%, 16%, and 100% wide. So you can have this value on the screen, but like we saw on the beginning on the video with the browse mode, you can have all these parameters, all these settings directly on your USB key or SD card, or directly in the export part. You can send the information directly on the player. You will have a master tempo, allow you to manage the tempo, you see, with the key of the track. So you change the key and the tempo, but you can have the master tempo. It's a time stretch, allow you to move the tempo, but not the pitch. You have the original pitch. You can also sync two key of with another track. For example, let's see, one track, whatever. Let's put at 0% here, like that. 0% here. Okay. And you have one track at 150 and one track at 122. You have this key here, the C, and F key here. So let's see, when I move to master deck here, if I push beat sync, I will have 150, and when I push key sync, I will have the key straight matching to the other track. And now let's focus on the new functions. So you had this on the CDJ-3000 Nexus 2, the beat jump, but that is new is that you can jump between settings on the screen with a touch button here. You have little value like half a beat, 1 beat, 2 beat, 4 beat. You can jump to 8 bit, 16 bit, 32 and 64 bit with little 2 pages. And what is great, we saw that in the shortcuts, but you can also have so here you can also have 2 buttons for the beat jump, so you can easily jump to little value and big value. For example, and little value, but I can move here with the big value. So it's pretty cool. Just front, you have the 2 auto beat loop 4 and 8. So let's switch to the loop section. So you can loop with different settings. You can loop with the in point, out point. So basically, when you want in point, you can decrease and increase the beat loop with different settings. You can decrease here. You can decrease with beat loop here, for example. So first, with in out, you can reloop when you want. You see, when you are here, you can reloop here, for example. So first in out, after you can also with the 8 and 4. So 4 and 8, you can decrease and increase if you want. After you will have the in point for 4-bit loop. And after you can decrease, increase. And at the end, you can jump directly on the screen with beat loop. You have different settings, little and big loop with we can say a binary loop. You see quarter, half, 1 bit, 2 bit, 4 bit, and you have we can call it strange loop, like 3, 2, 3, 5, 6. I think you can make a lot of great things with that, but you have to manage that with time. You see, let's see with the a cappella part, for example, not this track here, this track here, yes.
Is there any way, or do you like not being like not being like not being like not like not like not like not like not being like not being like
So you see, with little practice, you can manage some different loop. It's not like always, you see, it's little different loop. So, but it could be very, very fun if you manage that with a lot of practice. So the beat loop, of course, you can save your loop. For example, when you this loop, you like this loop, etc. You want to save it. You have just to push the button, the Alt Q button, and you have a out loop. You can erase with the button on the left. And so let's see this 8 Alt Q button. So you can record to 8 Alt Qs. You can change the colors if you want directly on record box when you prepare all your tracks. You can also, like we saw just now, you can record a loop if you want. So basically, when you record with no loop, you will have Alt Q. And when you record a loop, you will have a loop, of course. And at the end, let's see on the screen, you have a final new function, the key shift. So key shift allows you to change the pitch, the key of your track without changing the tempo. But you will see it's better to use it on a little part of the track, like an a cappella, saxo, or something like that. Because you see, if you see on all the track, you will have a strange things. So you can down the key, you can up the key, and you can reset on the middle. So let's try with the a cappella.